Today we're going to talk about how to parent a child with pathological demand avoidance in an empowering way that will give you freedom, Mom, and save your child's life.
Get over here. Because I said so. Why do I have to keep repeating myself? Mom or Dad, do you ever feel like a broken record? You're listening to Learn to Speak Kid podcast on iTunes with Bonnie and Thomas Leota, positively transforming families one out-of-control child at a time.
Welcome to Learn to Speak Kid podcast. We are Bonnie and
Thomas Leota.
Yes, and we help parents transform the most defiant and disruptive child behavior without mind-altering medication, years of therapy that goes nowhere, or any type of harsh punishment. And today we're going to be talking about pathological demand avoidance. PDA has come on the scene in the last couple of years, and I'm thinking like a tornado, like everybody's using the word or term PDA, and it describes a child who really basically doesn't like being told what to do. It's exactly what it says it is. They avoid demands. It is not a formal diagnosis. It is not in the DSM. There's no real solutions for this except the Instagram gurus who are telling you to basically become your child's servant to avoid the meltdowns. We have families walking around on eggshells. I talked to a mom a couple of months ago who said that they used to walk around with headlamps because their little girl didn't like bright lights until it was daylight or something. And moms, dads, your children are not going to be children forever. You get this, yes? They're going to be teenagers someday. They're going to be young adults. They're going to have jobs, careers, marriages. So, what are we doing here?
Wow. First and foremost, I'd like to just reach out to the parents that are dealing with this label or even dealing with this situation, because I don't think it started day one when the baby came home. It started up over maybe when they started getting to that quote unquote benchmark called terrible twos, right? When you told them no. And I mean, I'm on your side. I mean, morals and ethics and definitely safety. I mean, the no is important. But there's a part where they start to mimic and you say, no, come here. And they go, no, right? And all they were doing is playing the classical game called monkey see, monkey do, and following some leadership, right? Follow the leader. But if you're finding yourself in a position that you're getting a lot of resistance, I'm just wondering if something is either A, missing, or B, it's backwards. And I want to bring our awareness to something that we can all agree on. You grab a remote and it's not working. And I open up the back and go, well, there's no battery. There's no source.
Yeah.
Put that in. Well, it's working again. Or, well, it is in there. Well, I put it over the battery, works in this, so put it in here, it doesn't work here. Something wrong. Oh, I had it backwards, right? Something was incorrect.
Yes.
And what I mean by this is there's a game, right? Once you get done with monkey and follow the leader, then there's this game called Simon Says. Now, let me ask you here, Bonnie.
Yeah.
In the Bible, we're talking about James 1:19. Is it quick to listen and slow to speak? Or is it quick to speak and slow to listen? Which one's the right answer?
Even someone who doesn't read scripture should know it is slow to speak, quick to listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, unless, and this is what I'm dealing with, thousands of references like roots to a tree, right? When the kids came.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody likes to be told what to do.
Wait.
Period.
Pause. Nobody likes being told what to do. Nobody likes being told what to do. If you go, I'm tired, and your husband goes, well, go have a nap. Doesn't that just make you a little bit fiery inside? And what if these children were fiery inside and they have a message to share by avoiding demands with skills you already know they know how to do? But the thing is do they want to be a robot? Do they want to be your pet? Do they need to jump to the pump just because you tell them to? And do we actually want them to just jump to the pump when an adult speaks? Because because your kid's going to be on a playground. And there's some things called human trafficking. There is kidnapping. There is so many things going on out there in the world. Do we want to raise kids that just take every demand an adult says and then just jumps to the pump? This is not reality. And what's happening is instead of finding the solution at the root, we are continuing to come up with this label and that label and this label and that label. And now we're labeling them with PDA, and we're being taught to serve them donuts for breakfast. We're being taught that they should come in the house, drop their backpacks and everything at the door, go to the couch with an iPad while we serve them Ritz crackers. I am going to cry thinking about this. We need to take a step back, moms and dads, and go like, what is our role as a parent? And gosh, Tom, when you used to come to my house and you had your Android phone, and all my kids had Nintendo DSs, they had a computer, they had a karaoke machine, they had access to my computer in my office. I'd actually have to ask them permission to go into my office. But when you showed up, the kids would be like, can I play Angry Birds on your phone? Do you remember that?
I sure do.
And I couldn't figure out, like, why did they want to play on Tom's phone when they had their own phones? But I saw you do something that I never, ever, ever did.
Well, that brings us back to that full circle of playing Simon Says. That's the only time kids in the after-school martial art program came alive, as we would introduce this training missing life skill that for some reason the world's been taught not to see. And we would...
Well, sorry, but the world has been taught to see that goals are a thing. Every business leader in the whole world or every salesperson knows that a goal is the first step to achievement.
You would think.
And yet, and I knew, I was a business leader at the time. I had over 17,000 people in my organization. I knew that if I did too much for my team, they would never rise up. They would actually, I would spoil them and they would quit. So
what did you do at home?
At home, I spoiled them.
You did the opposite of everything you thought you knew that was common in business.
Yeah, man. I put on my servant hat, my maid hat.
Because you wanted them to love you.
Well, I wanted them to know how loved they were and how special they were. But
it's about you.
I was doing the opposite. They did not know how loved they were. They didn't know how special they were. And so when you came in and you were like, oh, that's called a goal. And then you showed them what they could do to earn 10 minutes on your phone. So I want you to talk about that for a few minutes.
All right. So that Simon Says game, right? When Simon Says, the kids know that if you do what Simon says, you get to stay in the game. And when you miss what Simon says, you're out. But it always comes into what's in it for them. The old WIIFM radio station. What's in it for me? And when you take that out and it's all about you, mom or dad, and remember, I'm on your side. I've dealt with thousands of you moms and dads. And when we can actually put the battery the other way around, everything goes into order. That's when you diss the diss. So I would ask Zach or Jenny, and it would be like, I love this game, by the way. Let me ask you a question. Hey, Zacher, what's one thing that you could do, or show me one thing that you could do that would put a smile on your mom's face? And he would go and take off. And then I would come over and he goes, I'm done. I'd come get mom and I'd say, did you see what he just did? Yeah. And see, the kids know certain things. And so what I did in this case is he had a goal to play. But I asked him, what can you do that you know puts a smile on your mom's face?
So you could earn...
So he could actually earn the time.
And it was 10 minutes. What could you guys do to put a smile on your mom's face that would earn you 10 minutes? Now, we think as adults, 10 minutes to play a video game. Well, that's nothing. They're not going to do anything. These kids, man, they cleaned out the back of my Lexus one day. It kind of flew over my head where they had asked Tom again to play on his phone. And he turned around, had this conversation with the two kids. And I pull up into the driveway to go home and the two kids wouldn't get out of the truck. And I'm like, hey guys, like, let's go. It's time to go in the house. They both looked at me and they said, well, we're not done cleaning yet. And yeah.
Now, could you pay them to clean before?
No, before I couldn't, no, I could be like carrying 15 bags of groceries and dying on the driveway of a heart attack, and they'd all be just playing on their phones and just ignore me. So I thought that was pretty powerful. These were the little lights I started seeing just in the beginning of my journey of creating champions for life. And hey, if you're getting an aha moment, make sure to click like on our video. It helps the algorithm share it out with other moms who really, really need this information, so we don't end up spending a whole decade serving our kids Cheetos on the couch because we're walking around on eggshells when really all they need is a goal. Mm-hmm. They need a goal to give them the inspiration from the inside out to do the things that are necessary to do. Do they want to be told what to do? No. So stop telling them. Start asking them questions. Stop giving them everything for free. Turn off the welfare system. Start believing in your kids' capabilities more than these labels that are being given to them by every Tom, Dick, and Harry therapist that's out there that has never, number one, worked with kids, that have never actually studied personal development, that have no idea how to grow and build a leadership team with level 5 leadership. All they know is what they've learned in the textbooks they teach in psychology school. And guess who writes those textbooks, moms and dads? The pharmaceutical company. And that is the truth. You can do your own due diligence here. You can try asking your kids some questions. You can make the TV, the iPad, time with their friends, whatever it is that they're asking for, a goal that they can achieve by putting their shoes away, hanging their coats in the closet, putting their backpack away, paying attention in school. Your kids are not broken. They can do it. And if this made sense and you're looking for more, make sure to watch the video below. We'll make a difference in your life starting today. And until we meet again, here's to your parenting success.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.